Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, welcome to our webinar series where we discuss the latest industry trends and provide you, of course, with the insights and best practices on how to use the most of these product solutions and how to address the challenges in a right way. Our topic today is access control oriented, and firstly, we want to talk about the transition of access control products from hardware based to software based, and then after that, secondly, we would like to discuss the mobile access solutions and advantages and disadvantages of mobile access solutions as well, and what are actually the challenges when implementing these mobile access solutions in our organizations. So for this purpose, actually, I invited experts to help me with this topic, and basically, these are actually representatives from the companies in the world that are actually frontiers in access control technology, and actually they will talk more about this one, and they will present the solutions and best practices on how to use these solutions. So in that regard, I invited Mohammed Shameel. He is actually from ASSA ABLOY Opening Solutions, and actually he's head of digital and access solutions. Mohammed is actually sitting in Dubai, and he's covering Middle East and the North Africa region, and he'll talk on behalf of ASSA ABLOY. Hello, Mohammed. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us.
Hi, Syed. Good afternoon. I'm very glad to be a part of this webinar.
Great. Thank you for joining us. The next one is Kamil Targalski. He's a business development manager from HID company, very well known in the world for mobile access solutions as well. And Kamil, actually, we talk more about mobile access solutions. Kamil, hello, and thank you for joining us.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me today.
Great. Thank you for joining us to this stage. And the last one is actually maybe you didn't use about mobile access, but it's actually Genetec, and they have one great platform which is actually about Genetec Service Center, and they have a unified approach when it comes to security. Bartlomiej Bzymek is talking about on behalf of Genetec, and he's actually business development manager, and he will talk about the managing of these solutions through the operational center. Hello, Bartek. Thank you for joining us today.
Hello. Thank you, Syed. Thank you, Kamil, Mohammed, for joining us to this conversation as well. So happy to be here.
Great to see you. Great to see you, and thank you for joining us this stage. Let's not waste the time. Let's immediately start with the topic. We have so many topics, actually, small topics to discuss today. Let's firstly talk about hardware and software shift, and actually the perception of these and the actually usage of these solutions in our organizations. So maybe let's start with Mohammed and the Middle East region. So Mohammed, now comparing and talking about Middle East region, how does actually the transition from hardware to software in access control and in general access control impact security measures, and how actually basically everything of this happening considering unique social and economic landscape?
Hi, Syed. Thank you for the question. Very interesting. So, when we talk about Middle East is quite well known for its rapid urbanization and developments. As in cities grows and expands its infrastructure, it's quite necessary to have a software-centric solution in terms of access control, due to the fact that the system should be scalable and more flexible to accommodate more facilities, to have more integration, and to expand more of its security measures as well. Another important point regarding the Middle East region specifically, as you might already know, many countries in Middle East is heavily investing in smart cities to improve the quality of the life for the people. So the software-centric solution could provide makes more sense in terms of integration with many other subsystems like IoT devices, video surveillance, and also data analytics. And also, cybersecurity is also an important factor here, considering the software-centric solution. It should be enhanced in terms of security to avoid or eliminate any security breaches or any other cyber attacks.
Thank you very much, Mohammed. Thank you, Mohammed. Okay, next question is about mobile access solutions to Kamil, actually, and in what ways do mobile access solutions offer advantages over traditional hardware-based access control system? Maybe talking particularly in the context of diverse urban environments and regulatory frameworks, such as those that are found in Europe.
Okay, so I was pointing out three things, which in my opinion are the most important ones. So it's first of all this convenience and user experience. So we are able to finally eliminate the need for physical keys. We may like it or not, but it's the fact that most services have been moved to digital forms already. And unfortunately, standard physical cards and keys are the last stronghold, I would say, of this process, mainly because of complexity and large number of vendors operating on the global market when it comes to access control specifically. So next one is scalability and simple issuance process. So we are able to issue, let's say, thousands of credentials over the night. And during my career, I was involved in several large projects and global credential rollouts, so I know how time-consuming and complex it might be. And the last part is related to compliance. So mobile access solutions can help organizations comply with various regulatory frameworks, such as, like you mentioned, like GDPR in Europe, by providing better control over access permissions and data protection aspects.
Great. Thank you very much, Kamil. Bartek, a question for you. So basically, as organizations in Europe are increasingly shifting towards software-based and actually software-based access control, so what are actually the key consideration for effective management and basically the integration of these technologies in, let's say, in a one package, security package?
Okay, so what we do observe with our key accounts and global customers is that really they're considering global card management and issuing like mobile access credentials as well. And in shifting to the software solutions like SaaS solutions based on cloud access control, um, the key consideration is that they don't have to really consider how the remote sites are equipped with IT departments, servers, maintaining teams, and basically constant growth of IT teams, making them thinking and calculating again how to shift towards cloud solutions when they can actually consider open and non-proprietary controllers solution to move easily from one software to another software. And based on that, we see really significant growth on this market, and our customers shifting towards another solution as well, asking for this kind of portfolio. So basically, scalability, flexibility, and cybersecurity. This is most important topics to consider regarding this topic.
Great. Thank you very much, Bartlomiej, for this. Actually, each of you mentioned the development of whether we are talking about the buildings or organization, and then we mentioned some. Each of you actually mentioned some of the key words, if I can say, like scalability, flexibility, and so on. And definitely, mobile access solutions can provide advantage to organizations. So let's see from each of you how actually your organization, ASSA ABLOY, HID, and Genetec, what are your approaches? And maybe we can start with Mohammed. What's actually ASSA ABLOY approach when you're talking about keyless solutions, mobile access solutions, so on? Please, Mohammed, if you can share your approach and ABLOY approach with us.
Yeah, sure. So basically, we in order to cater into the software-centric or a shift from hardware-based to software-based approach, we provide products on the door in terms of access control that is more open protocol. So this could be quite flexible in terms of the end user. And so the end user has an option to go with the system which best fits their needs. And it also should be scalable in terms, it has to be an open protocol and a scalable system in general.
Okay. Could you please provide us with the presentation from your side, and let's see what's new in ABLOY.
Yeah, sure. Let me start presenting my screen.
Okay. It's coming here. Great.
Sorry for that. Hope you can see my screen.
Yes, we confirm.
Yeah, so let me first give a quick introduction for the sake of audience in terms of the scale of operation that ABLOY does. So basically, we are a global leader in terms of access solution with operations in 70 plus countries. The group itself is operating worldwide with 61,000 employees, and our last year's sales turnover is 12.3 billion euros. So basically, ABLOY is initially was two companies. So ASSA was a company originally from Sweden, and ABLOY was a company from Finland. They both merged together back in 1994, and forming ABLOY. Currently, we have the headquarters back in the UK. So this is a highlights from our group journey. So you can see here many prominent brands in terms of access control or generally any access management solution itself. So in terms of growth factors, ABLOY has focusing on two of them. One being an organic growth, where we have our own R&D developing new and innovative products, and we also do work with the acquisition growth. So as you can see in the timeline, some of the companies were acquired by ABLOY over the years, and few of the products were developed by ABLOY itself. In terms of offerings, we offer anything related to the access solution, starting from access control to security doors, the basic door itself and the window hardware, identification technology, entrance automation, services, and much more. Actually, we are an expert in the access solution. The portfolio includes the complete range of access solution, which can be delivered separately to work with other system or combined in a form of a complete and a full service access solution. In today's session here, I'll talk more about a particular product under digital and access solution portfolio from ABLOY, which is more relevant to our topic here today in order to cater to for the hardware to software shift. So basically, the way we approach access control system in general is undergoing a significant change. Previously, the physical hardware was the sole cornerstone for any access management, where now we can see a profound shift in the software-driven solutions. And it's quite imperative that we keep up with the change and ensure our solution or our system is safe and efficient that way. So hence, I'll try to explain one of the product which is called the ABLOY, which is a wireless locking technology from ABLOY. Now, why wireless access control? Mainly, we could say that energy efficiency, which is a big factor. The ABLOY devices are battery operated, and it utilizes the power from the battery only when it is required. So in ideal state, it goes to a minimal consumption of the battery. Easy installation, basically ABLOY is a retrofittable solution, so you could have handle replaced from the door to simply turn a regular door into an access control door. So we are talking about minimum installation and retrofittability here. In terms of management time as well, you or the end user perspective, they don't have to manage two different systems. Everything can be controlled and monitored from a single platform. And it's also a best way to upgrade the access control system if the customer already has an existing system. Probably on the right hand side, you could see a picture where on the this part of it, left side part of the picture, it shows the traditional access control that's coming with the card reader, electrified lock, push button, and then request to exit signal button, all connected and wired back to a door controller, which is talking to the software. Whereas on the right hand side of the picture, you could see the advantage of a video and being wireless. So these could be just fixed on the door and has a wireless communication with a communication hub, which in turn communicates back to the access control software. And it's quite a quick setup, so you can have one access control system managing both wired access as well as the wireless access control. Now, in terms of the benefits, what the customer can expect or the end user could expect is the save of money and time as well. So we are talking about here losing the key cards, issuing new ones, and all the problems with the lost keys is being eliminated by using RFID technology, and mechanical system is completely eliminated, and the customer will have a full shift towards an RFID based system. The customer will also have more control over these doors, most commonly internal doors. All the access management, permissions, audit trails could be taken out again from a centralized system. It's a cost-effective solution in many phases. For example, in terms of installation and the labor cost and time associated with the installation, based on an internal research we have done, we could see that 80% of labor cost is saved when there is a shift from a standard traditional wired access control to a wireless access control. And also in terms of operational cost, since these are battery operated locks, there is 28% lower than the traditional wired ones. And the battery replacement is required only in once in 2 years, depending on the model of the device. Here I'll show you the typical topology, how the ABLOY system works. ABLOY can work as an online system which is in real time check with the access control, electronic access control system. So irrelevant or irrespective of the model that you use, you can mix and match different models of ABLOY wireless lock onto the different doors. They wirelessly communicate with an communication hub, and the live transaction is being shared, and any changes in terms of access authorization made in the software will get reflected immediately as well. You also have the flexibility to do the remote unlocking or locking functionality. Emergency mode in case of fire or any other kind of emergency can be monitored and implemented at the same time. ABLOY also offers a flexibility to work as an offline locks depending on the access control system that the customer has. So in case of offline, there will be no live communication back to the software. It will be over a carrier, which is usually an RFID card. So the offline data is stored inside the card, and it's basically transferred from the access control system to the wireless locks. Here, you essentially are getting a delayed online system rather than saying a complete offline system. The reason being, once the card is used on these offline locks, later the same card can be used on an online wired card reader, which basically sends back all the transaction details previously loaded onto the card to the access control software, and any new access permission changes in the software could be also wrote down to the access card as well. So basically, we are looking at a delayed online system instead of a complete offline system. In terms of the locking device itself, these are some of the European range of products that we have. Mainly, these are battery operated, as I was saying earlier, and the battery life cycle for the products could vary from somewhere from 2 years to 4 years, depending on the model you choose. We have the standard or the basic one, which is the cylinder on the right-hand side of the picture. You could see that's the cylinder option, which is offers a quick installation. The electronic cylinders could be installed in less than 2 minutes. And where we also have a unique solution for the server cabinets, which is called the KS100. This offers a unique solution to secure end customers' data cabinets, each of them, and can be managed from a single access control platform to have access only to the relevant peoples. We do also have a high security lock. Actually, it's produced in our factory in Finland, which offers many monitoring inputs and outputs. So the door position, the handles from inside, the cylinders. So if someone unlocks the door using a traditional key, that is also logged into the system. So this particular model, the one in the center, has all the monitoring functionality, and it is considered as a high security product. We also have recently launched a cabinet lock. So you could have the same credential that being used across the facility. So starting from your main door, it could be a standard wired traditional door, and for all the internal doors, you could have Aperio wireless locking devices, and for cabinets, you could again have Aperio devices, the new cabinet lock that's been launched. And the users or the staff could go with a single card or credentials to across all these type of readers. Now, Aperio basically supports all the high-frequency credentials available out in the market, and as well as a few models support the legacy low-frequency card as well. Now, most of the models that's been recently launched is equipped with a Bluetooth chip, so it could be used with mobile phone access as well. All the Aperio devices are support NFC by default. Again, one of the important topic which I started with is the flexibility to use the devices with across multiple systems. So here are Aperio basically is integrated across 100 plus vendors, other access control vendors. Some of the few names I have, well-known names I have put in here, but we have a bigger list overall. So this is basically the Aperio system that I would like to introduce here in this webinar. Any questions? Please let me know.
Mohammed, Mohammed, thank you very much for your presentation. Very insightful, and let's say you gave us in brief the insights about the Aperio and actually this shift from the, let's say, from the mechanical security to more mobile access. Before about mobile access solutions with Kamil, one question for you, Mohammed. So, in case you mentioned about Aperio and wireless actually connection locks and the cards and actually with the EAC system. So basically, uh, in case of that we don't have Wi-Fi, will the doors still open if the locks, of course, disconnect from the Wi-Fi? And basically, about EAC system, will the EAC system detect this?
Yeah, definitely. So as soon as so we have multiple measures, we have implemented multiple measures to tackle this kind of an online lock being disconnected from the communication hub or the Wi-Fi system in general. The first thing, the electronic access control will detect this, and it will pop up as an alarm or transaction in the transaction window, as well as to encounter during this downtime. Aperio has been implemented with a new feature called Smart Credential Cache. So what basically it does is that the unit itself, the lock itself, stores, it has a cache memory that can store up to last 1,000 card, which had previously had access to these door before the downtime. So during the downtime, it would still work based on the last memory of it. And once the lock is back online with the communication hub and with the EAC, all the transactions that happen during the downtime will be transferred back to the software.
Thank you very much, Mohammed. Kamil, Mohammed actually provided us with a shift from hardware to software. Let's talk more about software solutions, and let's see what is actually new in HID company. Can you share the presentation with us, please?
Yes, of course. Let me share my screen. So let me know if you can see that. All good?
Now we can see it. Confirm.
Perfect. Okay, so uh, I will discuss moving from physical to digital credentials. I'll focus on HID mobile access platform, but also in some connected ecosystems around it. HID enables trusted access and digital experience. We are split into different business areas. So I'm representing physical access control solutions business unit, but we have also uh, other products, groups, and solutions which we can support you with, including secure issuance, extended access technologies, and identity and access management solutions. It's like PKI business for multi-factor authentication. Our core PACS offerings are credentials, readers, controllers, and cloud services, which can connect all those products and platforms together. Let's move to mobile access. So why mobile? What's the value it delivers to your company? So the key benefits are that phones are always with users. That's an obvious fact. We can also provide the most secure credential they have. I will speak about it in a minute. It's part of the digital transformation happening. So I think that the standard keys and fobs and physical badges are the last missing component during that like digital revolution so far. There is also a big expectation on user experience coming from multiple different verticals. So we can add the mobile access feature on top of third-party mobile applications, allowing allowing different feature sets for different use cases. So for example, we can allow access on top of mobile app, which is designed for multi-tenant office buildings, where you can book a conference room or you can order a meal or you can manage the visitor management system, for example. Also, we are not limiting the standard physical badge users, so you can have mobile access support plus physical badge support on the same piece of hardware. So our reader can do that. And also, we are helping to achieve the sustainability and ESG goals for large organizations. When it comes to security, uh, as we know, there is a lot of RFID standards on the market, and a lot of them are compromised. The knowledge is here. It's pretty easy to get a device which can help to emulate, maybe even like crack and clone a specific card. So the main benefit of mobile access is the over-the-air upgrade, which is not supported for any type of physical credential. So we can basically, if there is any threat showing up, we can update the credential over the air for thousands of users, which is simply impossible for the physical badges. Around 17% of people lose their cards every year. So the turnover of new cards in office buildings remains at around like 20% annually. As you probably know, we are still in the physical access control credential business. So we have the data. So the main goal basically is also to reduce the plastic waste and carbon footprint by moving into digital stuff. We can support a complex ecosystem, so we can provide not only access control use cases, but everything beyond that. We can support multiple different use cases. I have like a couple of examples here, like the standard traditional physical door access, elevator access, smart lockers, vending machines, turnstiles, secure printing, EV charging, time and attendance terminals, and many more. So we have a hardware proposal for any type of those use cases to support not only the physical badges in the same time, but also to make that shift to digital ones. So how to get there? So let's discuss the key components of such ecosystem. So the first of all, what is mobile ID? It's a virtual credential stored on a mobile device, on a smartphone or smartwatch. We can encode the user ID in the same way as we are doing that for the standard, like existing physical badges. We can use any type of open, tracked, proprietary, or corporate 1000 formats. We can use standard keys or elite keys. Basically, we can use the same data string as we are using for our current badges. So it's extremely easy to migrate to. We can also store multiple mobile IDs on a single device. That's a main benefit. There are some multi-application cards on the market, but it's not too easy to manage multiple sites. With the over-the-air issuance process, it's much easier to attach several different badges for one single user using it in, for example, several different remote offices. You can also store a picture next to your mobile credential. We are using CEO's secure messaging protocol, which is also supported in Aperio devices, like Mohammed mentioned. It's ASSA ABLOY's group standard based on standard cryptography and utilize the recommended cryptography standards like AES encryption and key diversification according to NIST recommendations. Each transaction is unique, so it cannot be cloned, recorded, or replayed. This is really important. How we can deliver that experience to the user? So we have a couple of options. We can use the off-the-shelf solution for SMB or for like small or medium-sized projects, where you can issue the credential from our web interface and authorize that credential number within your access control headend. The more advanced and recommended option is to leverage our API and SDK. By API, I mean the connector between the access control headend and our cloud backend. So whenever you are creating a user within, let's say, Genetec Security Center, you can attach the digital credential value to the user. We can deliver that credential to HID native mobile access app, or we can deliver it using SDK for any type of third-party mobile app for Android and iOS device. So we can basically embed the mobile access credential logic into any mobile app, even like included in the MDM repository of larger organization. And the last option is the premium solution, which we're calling it. It's Apple and Google support, where the credential, in that case, CEO's mobile ID, is being assigned directly to the digital wallet within Apple and Google ecosystem. So this is an example of integrated solution with Genetec Security Center. So using the Genetec's front end, you can create a user, you can issue the credential using our API directly to the user, and the user can just simply present the phone or watch to our mobile enable reader and get the access through Genetec access control. Type of hardware supporting that, we have two lines of readers which are mobile compatible, starting from the latest platform, which is called HID Signo, through the previous platform, which is called iClass SE. Both of them can support mobile credentials via Bluetooth and NFC. We can also support CEOS and Desfire standard credentials, also alongside legacy technologies like low frequency or any type of other credential, of course, if needed. We can upgrade those readers using Reader Manager application. All the readers can support Apple's enhanced contactless polling. So basically, they are able to read the credentials stored in Apple Wallet. And also, since a few weeks, we can also support the Google Wallet credential. If we want to create and extend the ecosystem beyond access control, so beyond like traditional door access, we can use supplementary products coming from our business division called Extended Access Technologies. There is a lot of products supporting mobile credentials, starting from USB desktop readers through OEM models, or even processor chips, which could be embedded into lockers or into wireless locks. So whenever there is a need to extend the ecosystem, we have a proper hardware proposal for that. When it comes to feature set, all the mentioned devices are supporting Bluetooth, NFC, traditional plastic cards, Apple and Google Wallet. Also, when it comes to extended access technologies portfolio, it is integrated by hundreds of non-PAX solution providers, including secure printing providers, vending providers, or time and attendance vendors. Okay, so what about wallets? How it works? What's the difference? What's the added value? So the employee badge in Apple Wallet is basically an integrated approach where we are able to load the CEO's mobile ID directly to Apple Wallet on an iPhone or Apple Watch. By doing that, we have access to NFC chips, so we can leverage the NFC communication instead of BLE, like it was done before. And also, we are using the same secure element as payment and transit cards in Apple Pay. So the whole ecosystem is more secure. For Android users, we can support Google Wallets in several weeks. So we have that integration ready. There are some regional limitations, but if you would like to know more details about it, we can discuss it offline. We are also supporting free trial program for 90 days, where you can basically try the solution before any commitment, before any buying any user licenses from us. You can simply register a new account and roll the mobile keys, try it with the signal readers, and based on the feedback, we can also guide you through the process. If you like it, you can keep going. If you would like to try a different use cases like API integration or maybe wallet, feel free to contact us and we can support you anytime. Okay, so I will stop sharing my screen right now.
Kamil, thank you very much for your presentation. For sure, we will come back to you. We have a couple of questions, but let's start with Bartek part and see how actually Genetec manages the access control and actually mobile access control solutions through its center.
Yeah, so not much time left to discuss every layer of our portfolio because this is so huge, and I would like to begin with sharing with you my excitement that I am part of the decent ecosystem, which is ASSA, ABLOY, and HID guys. For me personally, this is quite a journey because I did work for ASSA ABLOY for 5 years before I started my journey in Genetec. So basically, all these products which Mohammed discussed and Kamil introduced, HID solutions, are really close to my personal development and success on the market. So I can bring a lot of nice examples when Aperio with HID and mobile access covered by Genetec make really good solution for the end users, and we can bring it back to the broader audience offline or wherever. You can contact me if you would like to discuss this more in detail. But okay, coming back to Genetec itself. So basically, we just had the chance to hear guys who are a part of our solution. Basically, Genetec is a soft house, and it was founded like in 1997. So we had 27 years of experience till now in making our high demanding customers satisfied. What brings us to the point where we are now, which is to not be to boost ourselves too much, but we have to say it's kind of leading role in setting new approach for security solutions. And for us, the unification is the key. But just to process the slides beginning, what is important for Genetec, for us as a security center core pillars, we just recognize that unification, security of security, user experience and open architecture, centralization and modularity. This is like key fundamental stones which make us strong on the market and set up our direction in self-development, growing and listening to our customers, how to improve our solution. and how to combine this ecosystem experience from other vendors like HID or ABLOY or Axis or Hanwha or wherever. So basically, to go a bit more in detail, our platform, which is Unified Platform Security Center, as you can see on the slide, is unifying access control, video management, and PR as a one solution with hundreds of additional features. We don't have time to go really seriously into detail of that because trust me, dear audience and colleagues, that it's really hard for me to stop myself to not speaking about each aspect of security center in more detail, because this is really exciting universe in our industry. However, we have to proceed. So basically, after unification, we said that our next important fundament is security of security. And this is what makes Genetec really different on the market, and what makes difference for our customers as well. We are really keen about cybersecurity. So we have the variety of cyber threats requires an equal variety of defense layers, which we provide. And the multiple layers of our defense in-depth approach protect you from a variety of threat factors. But still, in the same time, we are really open for the vendors which want to be a part of our ecosystem. But we are approaching to this with serious caution and in very professional manner. So basically, when we go to the bottom line, which is like a hardware layer, we provide solution which can be easily maintained by our software. So keep your devices secure with firmware and password management. And this is what Security Center is famous for. Basically, all of you who know Security Center already, you know it. For those people which don't know, we have tools to check the firmware status. We have the tools to make password strength, and we can use algorithm to change the password according to your company policies in a scheduled way or manual way, wherever how is in your position of policy in a company. So in all of these aspects, you have centralized possibility to see operations on a single panel, and basically using only one interface to connect to the variety of devices, to checking the firmwares, to checking the health status of devices, and to check the localization of device and how device is acting in your security ecosystem. And this will bring us to the point when we can introduce you to our one of piece of hardware which we create, which is Synergist Cloud Link, which allows us to set up access control on multi-site deployment. It's cloud ready. It has embedded functionalities and leverages existing hardware while upgrading to IP-based solution. So basically, you can go from, for example, Mercury panels using RS communication down to the IP solution, which is connecting to your access management software. And at the same time, it gives you reliable backup of your communication. In a way, you're losing your communication with access manager. Cloud Links, having this possibility also peer-to-peer communicating to itself, can still bring the security online and execute the policy from access manager. Okay, this is our new baby, and which we are really proud of. And in previous more to the topic of today's shipment from hardware to the software, which is cloud solution. So Genetec introduced like holistic security center as a SaaS service and cloud solution. So our new unified SaaS offering is a complete harmonization of and streaming of our SaaS portfolio. It is fast, non-stop, radical, easier, and most important, it's Genetec, and it's enterprise-grade feature set is built on 7 years of experience connecting millions of devices and securing organizations around the globe. So all in one, the world's most scalable, reliable, flexible, and secure architecture is bringing to you as a SaaS solution. In the meaning of topology and architecture, as you can see on the slide, it has quite nice and variety of solutions. So you can go hybrid, you can go for the portal partner or use client apps on, you can use like on-premise kind of system reporting or sending the most important image or downloading the policies from the cloud, or you can use direct to cloud devices as controllers or cameras with recording on edge. So basically, that will be also the slide explaining this more in depth. So I'll let you see it for the moment. And if you will have any questions to me, please, you're invited. So basically, side, I managed to do it really fast and efficient, I suppose. I was quite
Great.
difficult.
Great. Thank you very much, Bartek. Actually, I will leave it for a couple of seconds for our audience to see this picture when it's come to Genetec Security Center. Question for you from my side. So when it comes to Genetec Security Center, what would you like to point out to highlight as a main benefit of using this Genetec Security Center?
Okay, so basically, we just met with guys from HID and ABLOY, and this is really good. Good point to leverage to security center. So Mohammed introduced you to very sophisticated, well done, spot on hardware solution, which is Aperio or electrical locks, which I'm always very excited because I had the chance to work with this equipment as well. And you saw all of you HID mobile access solutions, and the security center is like really nice brain to maintain all this nice and sophisticated piece of hardware in a way which is careful. This is really I'm going to say now. Kamil showed you that you can enroll hundreds, thousands of credentials over the night to the organization using mobile access, and you can do it using security center software. So basically, you don't have to connect to the cloud, which is HID cloud, and then enroll your old stuff. If you're using security center already and you want to enroll mobile access users, you can do it from our interface. So basically, this is so deep connection. And this is regarding this discussion. What do we have? Security Center has obviously much more to offer, much more to highlight as a software. But basically, this is always what I'm saying: unification, which is like really important, not only for system integrators to setting up the system, but operators who are running the system, where they can see that firmware is up to date, that password policy is really executed, and in the terms of like having remote sites, you can use our federation feature, which allows you to push the policy from the central site to the children sites or federated sites, and execute everything what is in the mind of the main headquarters. Let's say that. So
Great.
basically, say this
Thank
is
you.
really this really
Yeah,
short
continue,
time to
please.
explain that, but basically, I hope I could make you curious enough to just ask me questions later on. Thanks.
Great. We'll come to you, Bartek, later for sure. Actually, in your presentation, all of you mentioned cybersecurity, and of course, with the rise of mobile access solutions, the rise of cybersecurity threats are basically linear. Let's say, if we can say like that, they are parallel So, Kamil, question for you. So, how basically HID as a brand, as a company, ensure the security and reliability of mobile access technologies, especially if we consider like increase in number of smartphones and number of these cybersecurity threats? How do you actually cope with this?
Yeah, sure. So the security is basically the backbone of our mobile access platform and our cloud backend, which is called HID Origo. We are following industry standards and best practices for mobile security, such as those outlined by organizations like, for example, National Institute of Standards and Technology, which is called NIST, and ISO standards. And it's important to mention here that we are able to react quickly in case of any potential threats and update all mobile credentials over the air, like I mentioned before, which is basically not possible in case of standard physical cards. So that's I would say, the key advantage combined with the open standards which we rely on in case of our mobile credential payloads.
Great, thank you very much. Let's go to Mohammed. Mohammed, I hope that you didn't sleep while your colleagues presented and that
No,
you're
it was
still with us.
very
Uh,
interesting.
Great. Mohammed, you presented a period, Kamil presented the mobile access solutions as well from the perspective of HID, uh, Bartek as well from the Genetec. So basically, because you are from the Middle East region, and I will ask you specifically related to this region because actually you are communicating with the customers, with the end user, and so on. So basically, what are the primary challenges faced by organizations in the Middle East when they are adopting actually software-based access control solutions, and how actually you, meaning like ASSA, how do you address these challenges?
All right. So when we talk about challenges, one of the primary challenges we have within this region is in terms of integrations, I could say, because there are certain customers who are still using the legacy systems where the integration is not quite profound in that area. But as ABLOY, we do full support in consulting with the integrators or the software house company itself who is developing the integrations for them. One of the other challenges that I can say is technical expertise and trainings in this region, because the software-driven solutions would require a very good technical expertise and people to manage the system and solution. So ASSA is capable of doing many services, including technical support and trainings, on-site supports as well. Also, cost is another factor that's being faced in this market. Cost or return of an investment, we could say that, we could put it in that way, as far as the end user is concerned. And for ASSA, we consider or we put forward many options in terms of, because when we talk about a big system, mainly software centric, it provides a huge capex or initial investment. In order to avoid that, we could also offer subscription-based financing options as well.
Thank you very much, Mohammed. And now let me ask Kamil. He's coming from Europe and head of for Europe region. Kamil, a similar question for you. So, can you discuss like any notable trends or preferences regarding mobile access adoption in Europe compared maybe to other regions, and how actually your company, how HID tailors the offerings accordingly to the region and to the needs, let's say, of the end users?
Yeah, right. So I can say that trend is pretty obvious, and I know that many colleagues would quote me on that as well. So that the majority of European customers consider moving to mobile credentials as we speak, or like in the near future, and they're trying to design their access control systems to support it, especially from the hardware point of view. So when it comes to specifically to European market, we are basically relying on the credential support of standards which are being used here for a long time. So we are allowing the seamless migration from physical badge X to mobile access credential. Also, I can add that, for example, from Eastern European region perspective, we adopted the contactless NFC payments long time ago, and we replaced the credit cards with mobile devices. So it's natural that users want to have the same user experience to access their buildings and office spaces right now. Also, we have plenty of case studies like Bartek mentioned before, coming from different verticals around Europe, but we can discuss it offline if you would like to know any extra details.
Great. Thank you very much, Kamil. Bartek, question for you. So basically, how does your Genetec software approach enhance the scalability and flexibility for access control management talking about complex environments and such as like multi-site enterprise or some densely populated urban areas in Europe or in other parts of the world?
Yeah, we have many worldwide customers with their policies which they want to execute in every subsidiary sites. So basically, shifting towards the cloud solution, it has sense for them, as I mentioned in a on the beginning of our meeting, and this is giving them chance, first of all, for executing the right policy and keeping really the security of security safe, which is like maintaining only one cyber secure site of data center, which is reliable, certified, and they don't have to really worry and extend the IT teams to make sure that every site is really defended by cyber attacks treatment, especially now when we are living in a time when war is basically in next door. I'm from Poland, so basically this is really close to us, and the cybersecurity is really a topic at the moment. We are experiencing some hybrid war activities in our region, which is not only Poland but whole Europe anyway. So basically, this is what for the global companies is now important. The second thing is that how we are approaching. Okay, we are using non-proprietary access control hardware, and which is Mercury access controllers, basically ready to serve to for cloud solutions. And this is the hardware layer. And then when it comes to the software layer, Genetec is ready for maintaining remote sites in a really easy way of having global policies executed in the smooth way, and at the same time having really good awareness of health of the system and health and status of the equipment which is deploying the system. So this is really long discussion actually, and to bring it to the key points, what we can say, this is like flexibility, scalability, and cybersecurity. This is really the main factors now which are discussed.
Thank you very much, Bartek. One more question for you. When it comes to the integration of peripheral devices, if we are talking, let's say, about readers and or locks, specifically those access control devices. So basically, what aspects should be considered from the perspective of security center when we want to integrate these devices to the center, to the central point?
Okay, so basically you have to be sure this is HID or ABLOY. No, just okay. We are open solution, so basically, but to distinguish really like key factors, this is really you need to see how company, which is reader vendor, or for example, like wireless solutions vendors, approach to their future-proof policies, which is when you observe like the companies which are leaders on the market, then you can see that they try to lead, they try to show how cybersecurity, how mobile access approach, or how hardware can supposed to combine the software solutions to bring easiness for not only deployment but maintenance, basically. So this is what always is on the table when we discuss with end users the solution which we want to bring to them for the years. I mean, to begin with the story for access control and to say that, yeah, this is easy, this is for free, it will be all fine. it's always a case. But when you go deeply and bring all the solutions to the really important points, then you can discover how the companies are really approaching to that and how they are serious about it, how much money they spend to be in the place where they are, and how approach for the future is looking like. So this is what I will always highlight in the meetings with end users and system integrators.
Great. Thank you very much, Bartek, and actually, thank you all, guys, for bringing insightful topics to the table, actually, to this webinar, and for sharing these topics with our audience. I believe also that for our audience, it was quite interesting to see and to hear actually some new things from ASSA, from HID, and from Genetec as well. You mentioned mobile access solutions. Maybe if we are actually closing our webinar, and if we can cover up with one conclusion, it's actually about education, because we all agree that these are new solutions in the market, and that we need support. If we are talking about end users or system integrator, doesn't matter. Does your actually company, or do your companies in a whole provide support and education when it comes to new solutions? Maybe Mohammed, do you provide support in the Middle East region for your customers?
Yes, definitely, Said. So we participate in multiple events in the Middle East region, and we separately do multiple security conferences as well, specifically in keeping in mind to for market awareness and educating the customer with the latest trend security requirements. In fact, we have a couple of events lined up coming in different countries in the Middle East as well.
Great, thank you very much. Kamil, how do you provide support, like conferences, seminars, webinars?
Yeah, when it comes to like traditional events, like trade shows or solution seminars, we are doing that, but we have also dedicated resources for the consultants and system designers where we are discussing the best practices. So yeah, if you'd like to know more, reach out to us directly and we'll guide you for any like specific use case or any specific vertical you are interested in.
Bartek, similar question for you, just to cover up, actually.
Yeah, actually, same. I mean, through the webinars, seminars, some activities which is organized for end users, designers, consultants. We try to educate as much as possible regarding unification and cyber threats. And us guys, we are always busy with meetings, personal meetings. So basically, we are on the move. I am personally now 700 kilometers from home, and after 4 days of really marathon meetings with partners, so very excited about this week. So this is how we do it.
Great, and thank you very much for your time. And once more, thank you for sharing this information with us. I really believe that it was insightful for our audience as well, and that you can actually bring with you some new ideas when it comes to the access control, or mobile access solutions, and so on. Once more, thank you to all of you who are participating in this webinar as either as a speaker or either as participants who are actually attending and follow the webinar. Stay tuned for the next webinar as well, and keep in touch. Thank you very much, and see you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks for
everyone.
having us.
Have a good day. Bye.